All right, welcome to episode 19 of the League365 podcast. I'm your host, Fergo, joined as I am every week with Jax. How are you, brother?
Yeah, good, Joss. How you going?
Good, mate. Special episode today. We have a special guest. It is former NRL player and champion Australian boxer and famously the first Aussie to knock out Anthony Chock, the man Mundine. Please welcome to the podcast, Garth Wood.
Thank you, boys. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks a lot.
No worries, mate. So what we're going to do, Garth, we're just going to go through your career, mainly work on your career, where you grew up, a few other bits and pieces, and then we'll get into the infamous fight with Chock, and we'll see how we go.
Yeah, great.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, sweet. So just to start it off, Garth, growing up in inner Sydney here, Erskineville, what was that like as a young fella back in the day?
Yeah, it was tough. Mate, it was mainly football orientated and boxing, I'd say. Like, it was the Newtown Police Boys. Sorry, I'm rocking on this shit.
Nah, that's all right.
Yeah, it was either... Yeah, it was always tough in the sense of there's a fair bit of drugs and a lot of fucking blokes with car feeds and everything. But yeah, it was just that late 80s, I reckon. We all loved football. The South Sydney Juniors was unbelievable, the competition in all grades. Plus, I'd always go to Newtown Police Boys after school. You could do whatever you liked up there. It was all recreational games, basketball, indoor cricket, you name it, trampoline. But yeah, everyone would go there I went to Alexandra Primary and then moved on to Newtown High. Same sort of thing. Everyone would go back to the Police Boys after it, and there'd be a lot of punch-ups every day after school, or just constantly competing against one another, playing touch, basketball, tennis. But it all followed over like this. Even the junior football was unbelievable. I represented Moore Park actually Rovers first, and then because Rovers didn't have an age in my group, my dad said, "Go, can't be playing with them," because there's not much of me. I was only a little stick. I remember I trialled one day at Alex Park, and bloke got me and just slingshotted me. My dad said, "There's no way you're playing in this fucking grade. You go play for Moore Park." So I was always idolised my old man. I think both my brother and myself did. They played for Newtown, Souths and Norths, and our whole household was full of rugby league. He had a pool room. All Dad's black and whites were on the wall, and I wanted to play first grade just like my brother and my dad. So it was a good neighbourhood. Everyone was sports orientated. It was awesome. Plenty of blokes to look up to. You know what I mean? The likes of Johnny Lewis. There's a bloke who ran the Police Boys. His name was Chickamore. He's a Newtown player, but he's a sergeant, copper, and he made sure if you were being too cheeky, he'd put you in the line. So it was a good, lot of good role models in the area, even though it was a tough area.
What was Mum like? 3 boys in the household. Was she tough?
Mate,
or was
she deserves a gold medal.
It's
Normally, reason being, us 3 retards, Dad, me and Nat, like, we wouldn't fight with Dad. We were petrified of Dad. That was tough love, but the sort of shit that me and Nat put my mum through growing up as a kid, getting up to mischief and having to lie to our old man about, because Dad would give it to us. So she's forever lying to, no, he's fine. No, nothing happened. Don't worry about it, Buzz. But he knew. I think he just let it go. But until it was too far out of anyone doing it, he'd have to kick you up the arse or give you a good talking to.
Yeah. So your junior footy, you just mentioned, when did you start, what age, and where did you go to play your first ever game of league, I suppose?
Alexandra Primary was a pretty sports orientated school. We had a good football team. I think I first played footy at school, or it might have been Rovers. We're always playing, school footy and cocky Laura. It was already competitive, and athletics and that. School carnivals were pretty good. But I think I played my first game at the Rovers in a couple of trials. I think I played, like I told you, in a grade that was older than me, and I got slingshotted nearly into the sideline, and Dad went, "Get him off the field." So then I went and played for Moore Park. It was my age. So I was at Moore Park for a good while, up until I was about 12, and then moved on to Waterloo. I got around. I think once I went to Waterloo Waratahs, until I went to Matthew Shield, and then I made new friends. I went to Maroubra, and then I made SG Ball, and I went to Matraville, and then I think I went straight to grade from there.
When did you realise, Garth, that your old man was a bit of a legend? I'd say he was a legend, like of Newtown and stuff like that. When were you old enough to think, you know what, I want to follow in Dad's footsteps here and be an NRL player?
I think from the get-go.
Mm.
Just that had remember the big league back in the day, the old one? Like cardboard boxes full of them upstairs on the balcony.
Yeah.
And when I could read, I'd just look at all the pictures. I still do that now.
Mm.
And I just saw like Barry Wood, new down with a C next to it, captain and that. And I'd go, then you'd see Dad in the lift out. Or no, actually, I'd go to Nat and Pops, and there was a big one of him in a North Sydney jumper over the fridge and that.
Yeah.
So I knew straight away Dad was good at footy and that, because we all wanted to play footy. But then I'd see the likes of Ronnie Coote, he owned the McDonald's at the top of King Street, Newdown.
Mm-hmm.
Who else was there? Chica. You saw Chica on the wall at our house and that. A couple other blokes that Dad ran around with. Bob McCarthy, I saw Bob McCarthy. My uncle's Darryl Bampton, so he was another first grader, and he ran South when I made grade. So it was just, we all play footy, you know what I mean? It's just like everyone in the area, everyone we knew was always about trying to make grade and play first grade. Yeah, it was always my dream.
Yeah. So, with respect, boxing probably put you right on the map when you went through the Contender Series. How did boxing become part of your life? Like you said that you looked up to Nat and your dad. How was boxing? Where did that all come from?
Mate, the area in itself, the way we were brought up, Dad said, I don't want you being a bully or starting trouble, but if anyone puts shit on you and I find out you shit yourself, I'll flog you. That's how it was. Fuck, don't want Dad to know I shit myself. Yeah. But, mate, I got picked on big time at Alexandria Primary. Yeah. And I remember coming home, and I wouldn't tell Dad, but I said to Mum, when I cried and that, said, I'm not going back to school. I'm getting picked on, this and that. She went, no, you're going. Otherwise you'll have to tell your dad. And I went, So I stopped crying, went to school the next day, and the bloke kept putting shit on me. But the teachers were petrified of the kids as well. Yeah. And stupid me, I did me nana, and I threw the chair at the teacher because I had the shits because she wasn't doing anything about it. And then put a table over the bloke's head. And
WWE style.
I was like, there was nothing of me, and this bloke was huge. And my dad got called up to school, and then I think I got suspended for 5 days. And my old man was a bit. He knew exactly how bad the school was, and he was just semi-pissed off because he probably didn't know I was getting picked on, and he just said to me, he goes, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do on the 5 days that Garth's suspended. We're going to Australia's Wonderland tomorrow. Then we're going to go to Luna Park, because he goes, because all yous are full of shit. He's a disgrace to let these kids walk all over you. No wonder Garth did what he did, because yous weren't backing him up. So Dad was tough, but when I went home, he said, mate, I love you to sort it up for yourself, but you can't be using weapons. You can't be throwing chairs at the teacher and hitting that kid with a table. He said, you're going to go and see Johnny Lewis. And I knew of Johnny, but I wasn't that young to get up there and get in the gym and hit the pads and do whatever. But we knew Sharky Raymond as well. So every time we went to Sharky Raymond's house, he had kids my brother's age, Clint and everyone else, and he'd make us put the big heavy gloves on and muck around sparring that. So I knew all about boxing, but there come a time when I was getting picked on and I went a bit too stupid and threw a table at someone, and Dad said, go see Johnny Lewis and learn how to hold your hands up so it doesn't happen again. And I fell in love with the sport of boxing straight away. There was the likes of Jeff Harding, Jeff Fennick. This was before Costas who come up, and mate, the whole gym was just there was blokes from all walks of life that would come in there and more or less were trying to turn their life around. So most boxers have got history and dramas before. Maybe it could be violence and that, or maybe they're just looking to turn their life around. It's one of the best places in the world to go. Boxing saved my life, and it's so easy to fall in love with the sport. It's very addictive. So I'd sprint out of school at 3 o'clock because I knew they were sparring at 2:30, all the big pros and that, and then I'd just sit on the apron like a kid in a candy store, just watching them go blow for blow. Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah.
Back to footy quickly, Garth. You made your debut at 17, I believe, for South against Dragons. What was that like?
Jubilee. Mate, it was a great experience. They were a pretty good team too. They had, I think, Jamie Ainscough, who was at Bartram. They had a fairly good team. I was out playing at fullback. Julian O'Neill was at 5'8". He's one of the best players I played with, natural. But there's another one, Darryl Trindle was halfback. I think it was a close game. It come down to the final seconds or something. I think we may have got beat by 1 or 2 points. Can't remember now. I think it's going back, but yeah, that was, mate. I loved it. I finally got to make first grade, especially in a good team then. But just for the likes of some of the players that were in the team. But I always wanted to play for the Rabbits as a kid growing up. I remember going. It used to be Monday night football, and we'd go to Redfern Oval, and it'd be the best thing in the world. Watching South play under lights at Redfern Oval.
Was Chock around there?
Chock was in the team.
Yeah, he would have been there. Yeah, he would have been there.
He was there when I debuted. I forgot it. I should have just mentioned Chock. Yeah, Chock was there. Nathan Blacklock. They had a good team.
Yeah.
Forgot. Who else?
So where are we talking here?
Thompson.
Late 90s? Are we talking? Late 90s, was it?
97.
Yeah,
Lance Thompson, another mate of mine.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. Yeah, and you played fullback, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was pretty fit then and pretty fast. But, yeah. To be young again.
Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? So you played 2 years at South. Then 99 you moved to the Tigers. How did that all come about? Because to me, you look like you were just a South man. But you ended up at the Tigers. How did all that happen?
Mate, money talks. I got a bit more, well, I wouldn't say a bit. They offered me a better contract. I think at the time South signed some blokes that were in my position as well. I didn't think that. I think Brash was there too. Brash was a kangaroo.
Yeah.
So I just thought, it's probably wise for me to go to the Tigers. And this was before they joined the western suburbs. I had a good year. I ended up playing in and out of reserve grade and first grade, but our reserve grade team got to the grand final. We had a great team, but we got rolled by Parramatta. But I thought I did enough to stick around for the amalgamation, and they said they'll sign me, but he reneged, junior. Yeah. And then, because it was late, I got stuck without a team, and because I could always I got myself into trouble. Did most of my fighting on the street, but I loved boxing as well. Manchester games were coming up, so I'd never had an amateur fight, but I've done plenty of fighting and sparring at the gym. So I just threw my hat in the ring, more or less, and just give it me all. I actually dropped some weight, but I got down to middleweight, which is 72.5 kilos, and with my experience now, looking back at it. That's the hardest thing of the whole sport, just cutting weight, like it's crazy.
You hear that all the time from them.
And you wonder now, because I know, like you can even die in training because blokes go to extremes to cut weight and cut their water. Like it's not good for you. Hydration and all that sort of jazz. It's called the sweet science, but you got to be on point every time. You know what I mean?
Just on what it's just off the cuff. This question: when you drop that much weight, Garth, like you were renowned. Well, I'm a massive boxing fan, so I follow it closely. You were renowned as a puncher and a big puncher. You had that big hit in you. How much, when you drop that kind of weight, would you drop about 10 kilos or something?
Each prep went for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I'd walk around at 86.5, 87, so nearly 16.5, 17 kilos.
What's it do to your power? Like, it's got to affect it.
Mate, I had to get blokes to pick me up and put me on the scales. That's how fucked up I was. Couldn't talk, like, because the way I did it, especially when I fought Chock, I have to take my hat off to Fennick. He'd have a sauna at his house and he'd come over, jump in the sauna with me, but would hit the pads for a good 20 minutes. Yeah. But usually when you get the middleweight, blokes sit around 75, 74 all week. Because your last week, you're only doing pad work and that. You're not doing any more sparring, so you don't get hurt. But Jeff had it in his idea. He goes, mate, I don't want you getting under 76. Stay around 73, 78 if you can. Yeah. And I'm like, and every other time I've done that, I would do what he said not to. Yeah. Why? The reason is he told me not to is because your belly shrinks. Yeah. Because you haven't been eating anything. Yeah. Almost eat fresh air. You know what I mean? That's how hard it was for me to get there. So I really had to kill myself for the last 2.5, 3 days. But didn't starve myself, kept drinking me water and all that. But mate, him doing that, my belly didn't shrink. Yeah. And it made the sleep of the day before the weigh-in. That's the day before the fight, you weigh in. Yeah. And like when I usually do it, I'd go home and I'd have something to eat, and then your belly would stretch. You couldn't sleep me forever, tossing and turning. Where the way we did it with him, I got to eat, got to sleep. Woke up the next day and I didn't fight until, say, it would have been 10 o'clock at night. Yeah. So it was another big recovery, but, mate, all the fluid, boom, comes straight back on me. I walked in there like a light heavyweight. Yeah. So you could tell why I manhandled Chock a little bit more than everyone else. Yeah. And that's why they call it the sweet science. And Jeff helped me out a lot.
Yeah. So after your stint at the Tigers, you end up back at South in 04 and 05.
Yeah,
That was a big break. Well, when I researched it, Garth, I was thinking, fuck, what were you doing in them 5 fucking years?
Mate,
Or shouldn't I ask?
Oh, yeah. We'll keep that around.
Yeah.
No, I did come back through Jim Beam Cup.
Yep.
I was still young and fit and hungry. I was with Joey Thomas, who was the coach then, and then I played that good with them. I got a phone call from Martha Katina saying, mate, I like what you're doing. I want you in the team. And then he played me on the wing. They had a pretty good side. Brian Fletcher and all that sort of. Shane Regon, Shannon Haggerty, Joey Williams. Come back and mate, what happened then? What was that, 2005 I finished?
Yeah. 04, 05, yeah. 2 years there.
And then, because I didn't have a team, and obviously all I've ever done my whole life, which I was any good at, was play sport. I got told that I wasn't needed, couldn't get a job. At the same time, broke up with a relationship. Had 2 girls, more or less my first girlfriend, and yeah, that really rocked me hard. Just all my manhood was rattled, you know.
Yep.
People go through it.
Yep.
So I sort of went south of the border, hanging with the wrong crew, getting on the piss, running amok. But Johnny Lewis, because of how close he is with me, and I had 2 pro fights in between that, just because I think there's times there when I just wanted a death wish. On a death wish, I'd go there and I'd spar people, but I'd still be half pissed and whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But I'd go get on the piss after the training or whatever. It was just alcoholism through and through, just beating yourself up, depression. I got a phone call from Johnny Lewis out of the blue because Shannon Taylor pulled out of the Contender. 3 days notice. He said, mate, Garth, how are you, son? I went, Johnny, what's doing? He goes, oh, mate, just want to check in on you. How you doing? Are you good? Would you believe at that time I was sitting in the backyard of someone's house after having a 3-day bender? And I went, yeah, mate, fucking oath, I'm sweet, Johnny. He went, hey, fucking talk to me, son. Be honest with me, because I've got some good news for you. I said, what's up? He went, well, you remember that Contender? Because it was going to come out a year before or something, but it didn't. I said, yeah. And that's when I was in training. He goes, mate, that's come back and Shannon Taylor's pulled out and they've asked me if I know someone. And I went, and he goes, mate, are you up to it? I went through the beer. Yeah, fucking oath. I said, I'll do this one thing, Johnny. I get the girls every weekend. If I'm going to come in there, how long's it going to go for? He goes, mate, if you win, you stay till the death, 8 weeks. I said, I'm going to have to ask mum and dad if they can help me out. So I went home. Bazza letting on that he doesn't, acting like he never knows what's going on. He looked at me, he said, are you a fucking idiot? He goes, don't think I don't know what you've been up to. He goes, mate, you're going to be on a fucking life support system. And I'll punch the cunt out of you. I said, well, he goes, mate, you haven't been doing shit. These blokes have been looking after them. They're professionals. What have you been doing? Sinking piss and who knows what else. And I went, fuck. And I walked away and I said to my mum, you got to do something, please. This is not a chance I can turn my life around. So who knows what she did, but she come down the next morning and said, he wants to talk to you. I said, yeah. He goes, mate, like what am I then, 28, 30, I'm going to let you go in. It's like I'm fucking 8 years old. On that sense of saying, we'll look out for the girls and that, but fucking, that's my dad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I respect my dad and what he says goes still now.
Yeah.
He's 76 years old, but I still hold a lot of respect for my dad just because of who he is and what he's done.
Yeah.
And he's always looking out for us.
Yeah.
And he said, mate, I don't know what you're going to do. And he knew that the prize was going to be chock. He said, mate, just do what you got to do. So I went in there. When we stayed at the Ibis, and I knew I wasn't fit. Well, I was fit, naturally fit, but I wasn't ring fit.
Yeah.
And so I remember the first, would you believe I forgot all about that? I walked in there, the first day was a fitness challenge. And it was on, what is that? Palm Beach, where home and aways.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to sprint up this beach, it would be say 200 metres, and then you go left, and then you go up the sandhills. Over the back, you go up all these mountains and that. But as you're running up the mountains, you got to look at these numbers and remember them, because you got to pick a lock when you get up there and the balloon goes off in the air.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And there was a bloke called Ben McCulloch, and he was pretty good. He was fighting out of Bondi Boxing.
Yeah.
Real good, tall, super middleweight. And he was in front of me, and I had to run him down. And the thing at the end, we got to the top of the end, and he couldn't remember the code, and I remember the code, and boom, the balloon went in the air, and I got a week off.
Yeah.
So I just started thinking things happen for a reason. People say to me, "Mate, did you know you were going to beat Choc?" I didn't know I was going to beat Choc, but how things were planning out with winning that challenge, all of a sudden getting a call from Johnny Lewis, then the week off. And mate, with that week off, I'm breaking out of this Ibis hotel I'm in, knowing that I'm not fit, going for a big run all around Homebush, Ace Arena and all that.
Yeah.
Just trying to switch on. And then I started shadowboxing when I come back. It was just like I thought, this is all meant to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was reading a good book in there, and I just, you got to stay optimistic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And positive, especially in that game of boxing, because your thoughts control your life.
Yeah.
Oh, in boxing, it's serious, because if you think you're going to get hurt, you're going to get beat by this bloke, more or less, you'll end up on the canvas. But if you're on top of him and you go, I'll knock him out, you'll do exactly the same. So when I was a kid growing up, things like that would flood back to me, and because Johnny Lewis was so much of a big, how do you put it, a role model, someone to look up to, and everything that comes out of his mouth you believe, which is true. And he used to say things like, "Mate, the thing between your two ears is the sharpest tool in the house." I'm 9, 10 thinking, what's he talking about? They went, I don't know, because you got to find it out yourself. But then as you start training in the gym and sparring and you get yourself into a bit of a pickle, and then you don't give up and you're courageous and you come out on top, then you start to think, now I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Only you learn that from falling over in life and picking yourself up.
Yeah.
It's not just boxing. That's why I think I love the sport so much. It's so similar to life itself.
Yeah. Well, fitness was always a massive part of your life. A mate of mine who played for South with you, Rob Sultana, only the South Tragic would remember him, but he was a gun.
He did tell the try scoring record. He'd have to. He'd be up there.
Yeah. Well, he was actually. I was having a chat to him yesterday, and he said to me, "I remember Garth. We were fucking at SG Ball and Harold Matts, and we trained with all the first graders, and every fucking time Garth would just fucking beat him. You know what I mean? So all that fucking work back then probably." To go in on 3 days into the contender preparation and being on a bender, that fitness has probably come to the fore.
I think it's just because I'm mental. I think that's what fitness is. You don't give up and you just keep going because you got issues upstairs.
Yeah.
Or you don't like getting beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, let's just quickly touch on how the contender went. Now, round 1, you won the challenge. Round 2, you defeated a bloke called Israel Khani. Do you remember much about him? That was one name when I looked at this. The rest of them I knew. This bloke I didn't know. Do you remember much about him?
He was Australian champion, Queensland champion. Mm-hmm. So at the time, and sad thing is, they're all good blokes in there. There's a couple of different personalities that rubbed me up the wrong way, but he was a terrific bloke. He was a father, this and that. But we all got to get along for a while. But then, like you said, they pull your name out of a hat. I come up against him, and everyone didn't quite know who I was because I didn't have much of a boxing record. Yeah. So I knew I had to set the standards, but at the same time, I think a couple of days before I got headbutted by one of the blokes that come in for a sparring us. They'd get blokes who'd come in from Billy Hussein's gym and spar us, and a big zipper come across my head like that. And they said, "Oh, mate, it's on TV. If there's any blood and it opens up, we're going to have to call the fight." So I think my style, because I walked in there like I was a brawler. And the transformation I had until I come into the final, massive difference. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I walked in there, second or first round, boom, head clash again, and bust open. And I thought, they're going to pull the fight here. Yeah. So I clicked.
Yeah.
I hit him.
You got him out. You got him out in round 2.
It was a big knockout. Yeah. And everyone went, "Fuck, who's this bloke?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think, because it's all about intimidation, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How you carry yourself, and what you do in the ring, only as good as your last fight. And everyone was like, "Never heard of this bloke." What about it? It was a pretty brutal knockout.
Yeah. Well, next was Victor Oganov. Now, that's a name that people know. Now, I have been informed there's a bit of a story in the hotel that you played fucking funny buggers with him in the hotel.
No,
Can you tell us about that?
Mate, well, that's Victor Oganov, for those who don't know him, at the time, I think his record was like 28 with 27 knockouts. And I remember, because I'm a fight fan, and even though I wasn't fighting, I was in and out and on the drink and that, I still, if he was fighting, there's 2 brothers called Durrell. One of them was a world champion. He fought him for the world title, and then he won the fight, but they roared him hard. So that's what boxing's all about. Not all about, but it's a crooked sport in different places. some people have the fight of their life and they still don't get the decision. Well, he should be a world champion, but he didn't. So he was in that. He came into our Calumet. There was 5 or 6 top tenors in the world.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think Nader Hamden was in there.
Nader Hamden.
Yep.
Careers Karaoke.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure where Junior was at that time, but he was a
Junior Talapai.
Yeah, Junior.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good professional, but where were we at? What were we talking about? Yeah, Victor Oganov.
Yeah,
so
the hotel. Something happened in the hotel, I've been told.
Mate, I'm a 4, 5 novice or something. I've got this big zipper over my head. I'm having a big rocky moment, looking at myself in the mirror, thinking, "Fuck, am I going to beat this fucking bloke?" I'm thinking, "Fuck." And but saying that, me and him got along. That I was doing all these different obstacle courses, this and that, and he wasn't a bad bloke, and I was having a laugh with him and that. But he was next door neighbour to me, so I just thought, "Fucking hell, I'm going to make this bloke think I'm an absolute fruitcake." So, because that's the only way I'm going to make it ugly. And like, if I box him, and he had sleeping tablets in both hands, so I just thought I've got to mentally fuck him somehow. So, you say he's in the room, I'm in the room next door. Jib rock separators, you can hear him fart in the middle of the night or whatever. That's how fucking paper thin it was. Yeah. So I go, fuck, I'm going to break out. I'll go for me run, but I'm going to pump the TV up and the radio. Fuck him. I'll leave him or make him fucking stay up all night. I'll go for a run at 10:30 at night for a good hour. Come back and I sneak back up the fire exit because I have to leave the door open and they can hear, Garth, you fucking cunt. Turn down the TV. Fuck me. You fucking amateur. Turn down the TV. And I go, fuck it. Yeah, I get in and then I get on the walls and I start punching against the Gyprock walls, calling him, Victor, you fucking Russian cunt. Your mother's this and that. Mate, this went on for a week. Yeah. And we were doing all these challenges and that, and he wasn't talking to me. He was looking at me like this. And I went, fuck, I better watch out. He might clip me. And then the day of the weigh-in, we have the weigh-in, and then it nearly kicks off. We headbutt. Yeah. They have to pull us apart and that. Yeah. But I only went for 2 rounds of contender fights, but they were brutal. And then the first round I come out and I punched his head in the first, or boxed his head off the first round. And then the second round, I went to a nightclub car park fight out the back. He elbowed me, headbutt me, and I semi sort of spear tackled him into the ropes. It was like rock and roll wrestling. Yeah. And the ref didn't say nothing. And just like football, if you hold him in the ruck and you wait till the ref goes up, penalty. Same with the referee. He just let it go, maybe because it looked good on TV, and they said just let it go. And then come away with it on the 3rd round, and we all went to war. It was real good box. If you get the highlights of it,
I've had a look at it.
Have a look. It's pretty good. Yeah. But I get the decision, and that put me into the final. Yeah. So I was on a high. Yeah. It was a really great time of my life, and that's the sort of things that make me start thinking. Not that you love yourself, but you think, fuck, this was all meant to be. Yeah. Coming from fucking the shit house to the penthouse, hopefully. So I just got to stay on this wave and ride it all the way in. And mate, I come out of that contender house and I was that switched on. I loved the whole thing about being a professional athlete. I always wanted to do that, but I wanted to do it in NRL. And then things just popped up, and you can't control things. And then I just shunned people that I would naturally, not because I love myself, but could say, come have a drink, just have a piss up, just have one beer, you'll be right. You know, fight for this. I just shunned everyone that was sort of negative towards bringing me down. I had this dream of, fulfilling everything, winning the final, and then having to step up a couple more levels to fight Chock, who was a 3-time world champion. I just took my life, don't want to sound like Biggie Smalls, but I had to take my life from a negative to a positive. That meant people you hang with. So many things. I started reading these books and just, quotations and that really started to sink in and mean things. You tell me who your friends are, I'll tell you where you're going. And I wasn't trying to be straighty 180, but when it come to being the sport and me turning my life around, I stuck by everything. Yeah.
So the final, you just mentioned the final, was Careers Karaoke. And when did you fight him? So was this a fair way after?
They give me 6 months to warm up.
Yeah.
And mate, I was nowhere near that class of him. He was an Olympian. Yeah. But Billy Hussain, a good friend of mine, and he was my trainer. Yeah. He said, mate, we're going to America. Yeah. I said, what? He goes, we're going to do a prep over there because you're not going to be able to fight anyone that's up to his level in Australia. He's an Olympian, and he was silky. He was a real good fighter, tough. So we went over to Fortune's gym, and mate, I was sparring blokes 6'5", 6'7", his size, and mad jab, had it all. They were kicking caboodle, and here I am, this brawler. But I started to come along. I was transform a little bit, Ben, day by day, just eating right, training, running right. It was all mentality, you know, your mindset. And then Billy was saying to me, he goes, mate, this is the trick. He's so tall up there, you got to do the bowl over. Boom. And I started doing it in sparring in LA, and it was just clonking these blokes.
Yeah.
And they were all fucked up. But it is boxing, but it's like, where can you say it? It's like, not like the usual straight jab.
Yeah.
They were like, who the fuck is this guy? This ain't fucking boxing, man. Fuck this. And they just shut the fuck up, he's fighting, you know what I mean? But the trainer knew that fucking it's fighting at the end of the day, but it's not a rabbit punch. It's just a different style. Yeah. It's a bit, what's the word? Anyway, we'll come back to it. But yeah, it was a bit
unpredictable.
Awkward. Yeah, unpredictable, awkward.
Yep.
But it did the job with careers.
And did you catch him with it?
Mate, I hit him with it straight away.
Yeah.
I set the tone that fight, and not being rude, but I just outmuscled him. I was ducking, weaving, slipping, sliding. I was a real seasoned pro, especially because the prep's everything. You know what I mean? And I took it to another level, and mate, I always cut. I was like the little Aussie bloke. Other than me head, I probably head clash or something, or just how I was a bit rough.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think I got touched with a punch, or maybe it might have been one, but I think I won unanimous that.
Yeah.
That's probably my best performance ever, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I know I knocked Chop, and that was beautiful for round 5, but when it comes down to the way I walked into that joint, just being a brute and a thug and a bully, not a bully, but just a street fighter. Yeah. And then the class of act that come out to fight Kerry's Karaoke. Yeah. That was my proudest moment ever.
How good.
Now from there, Garth, you get the opportunity to fight Choc, Anthony Mundine, big name, you know, in the boxing scene at the time. You said you've touched on it, you know, sliding door moments, opportunities for me. Did you think going into that fight, I got to prepare 100%. I can't let this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. This is my ticket to be that pro athlete, to be that household name, knock out one of Australia's
wasn't
greats.
So much the household name, it was more for separation I was going through, and my daughters. My daughters had seen Dad depressed as all fucks, laying on the lounge, not wanting to leave the home. Yeah, it was a real fucking hard breakup for me, and then piss and fucking running myself into the ground. I just wanted to be their fucking superhero and just come from being down in the dumps and just give them a life lesson about you fall over, but you can certainly get yourself up and fucking go again and stay strong to you know, to especially her. That's what they got me over the line more, that I wanted to fucking prove to them that that's going to be all right. You know, I'm here for you. I don't know, it was a big roller coaster ride with emotions, that whole thing about coming from fuck all and then turning my life around. So yeah, I think I would have beat Mike Tyson that night in that ring. I just wanted to make, in the sense of, the only thing that would have stopped me was a bullet. I just wanted to do it for my family and my kids. Yeah. And myself, obviously.
And that's
I had a lot of drive going for me there.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's probably the biggest driving factor of them all. You hear about people, athletes talk about, you know, their families all the time, and that's their motivator. Yeah. And as you said, you know, you probably couldn't be stopped that night. Even if you fought Mike Tyson.
I was balancing on the ropes. I don't know how I did that then, but I was just...
There was an issue with the ropes in that fight.
Yeah, they tried to rope the dope.
I was watching it last night and I went, look at these fucking ropes.
No, I never need him in the head, but you watch when I knock him out, people went, oh, Garth dropped the knee. I did not drop the knee. Because when we got in the ring, me old man blew up, Jeff blew up, and they were doing this. Maybe because they knew that I was a big puncher, and they said, who knows, it worked for Ali and fucking George Foreman.
Might have been karma that you fucked him up on the ropes.
Yeah, exactly. No, but mate, I still balanced on the ropes and they were fucking gone, they were shot.
I know.
But that just showed the euphoria that was running through me.
What was it like with the, did they try and do something with the weight cut or the contract with you? They try to stitch you up?
Well, mate, I won at Contender, which is super middleweight. So the fight was supposed to be a super middleweight, but obviously because they knew I could punch, and I went to war with Victor Oganov, which probably scared the fuck out of them because they didn't expect me. They knew everything that was going on with my life before I walked into Contender, because we're all close in the neighbourhood. I went off the rails. I was on everything, piss, whatever, depressed. They just always want the upper hand. So they said, we're not fighting you. I mean, my dad went and ran into him and Coda at Cogra, and my dad went, what? He goes, yeah, no, the fight's off, we're not fighting Garth. And my dad said, you're fucking fighting him. If not, we'll go to the papers, 2GB, this and that, whatever. They went, all right, we'll fight him, but he's got to come to middleweight. That's another 4 kilos, which is fucking huge. And my dad said, get fucked like this. And we got up and left. Then we got a phone call from Kodo. He went, mate, we dropped the middleweight for another 100,000. I went, fucking. And our confidence was high. I just wanted to fight him because I knew I'd beat him. In the sense, I knew I'd beat him. Nothing's guaranteed, but with the fucking ride that I was on then, mate, like I told you, I just wanted to fucking turn my life around. And it would be good to win contender, but there's nothing better than beating the Golden Boy. He was a 3-time world champion, so I said, well, yeah, I'll take it. Dad's like, you're fucking mad. You can't do that. Look how you're doing 76 kilos. Yeah, you're going to do 72. I said, you watch, I'll do it. And just determination. But I sat there for a while doing it, but, mate, that killed me my whole career. Like I told you, you can't cut your water. Yeah. Water's everything.
Yeah.
And a litre of water's a kilo of weight. So I could get to 76, 75, 74 and a half, pushing it. Yeah. Anything under. But it's
all over the joint.
Yeah, you can't. And your reaction time, this and that.
Yeah.
So you're lucky to get I'd get more than 24 hours of recovery because you'd have to wait at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but I wouldn't fight till 10:30. So what I'm talking to you about with Fennec and the way he helped me cut, it played a massive part.
Yeah, fair enough.
I walked in there 2 divisions.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be middleweight, but the way you do it with your belly and that, and you don't go down to your stomach being that shrunk. I remember weighed myself before I walked into the ring. I was 81 kilos. Yeah. That's light heavy.
Yeah.
Or over light heavy.
You ended up in the hospital 4 days beforehand.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. That couldn't have helped you with the lead up. Mate, threw a spanner in the works.
These dirty, grubby fucking raps. You all know about boxing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd hang them out. Sometimes we wouldn't wash them, this and that. But I remember I uppercutted one bloke in sparring and I took the nail off my thumb. I'll be right, but I kept wrapping my hands with these dirty fucking wraps, and sometimes you wouldn't clean right. Anyway, an infection got in me, and because I still had the nail on me, but my glands and everything swelled up. And my dad said, "Mate, you got to do something about your thumb." I think it was 4 days out. I was in Queensland in prep, and had to get the thumb snapped off and ripped out and stitched up and that, needles and all that. But it was infected heavy. Yeah. But it happened.
Just soldier on.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
That's it.
Just quickly on Anthony, everyone talked about when he was in prime his speed. How did you find his speed? Was he one
boxing?
that you could? Yeah, boxing. When you fought them other blokes, did you see a difference when Anthony's?
Mate, it was good when he was relaxed, but mate, I if you go to there's a face-off that we have.
I saw it.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff, mate. I was just verbally abusing him, and just I knew that he was scared of me punching power. Yeah. So I played on that, this and that, and I knock you out and do a Svenotki to you, this and that, and he's like, right, but you take whatever you can, especially finding a bloke like him. Yeah. And I know I got to knock him out in the 5th round, but the rounds leading up to him, he wouldn't let me go. Yeah. And the ref was saying, let go, and I said, it's not me. And then he was going to take a point off Chalk. But like anyone, if you get your hands free, mate, he was super quick. But I just got to the mark before him. You know what I mean? I got to clonk him, I hit him in the body, and then over and ride him, and then hit him with the left hook. Yeah. But like you said, he froze a little bit because my power is like hesitant. Yeah. He didn't want to get hurt. Yeah. And that's what happens. You can't hesitate for one bit. Yeah.
Now you knock him out, Garth. How did your life change after that massive moment?
Mate, everyone knew who I was. I couldn't get up to no shit mucking around. So, it was everywhere I went, beep, 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 Garth, that's the guy, Garth from the Hoodwood, hey, how are you? Nah, it was good. It was great. Especially for people at Water, like, applauding you for doing that. And they knew exactly where I'd come from, the story got around. Yeah, it was Cinderella, man. Yeah. Now,
none of his belts were on the line in that fight, even though he was a world champion.
Yeah, he was a 3-time world champion.
Yeah. You get the win, and then you got the rematch with Chalk again. Were the belts on the line the second time around?
None. It was just a rematch.
Just reputation.
Big money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubled my money. But I was away on a holiday with the kids. I took the kids to Disneyland at that time. And I wasn't drinking piss. I just become that lifestyle then. I may have had a drink here or two, but I wasn't partying. We were doing Disneyland, movie world, this and that, and eating whatever I want. I love my food, but they said, mate, you got to fight him. You come back. It's in 2 months. So I started training when I was in LA, just going for a run, shadow boxing, just switched back into that fight mode again, and it was good. I still think I won that fight, but I don't know. The ref did his best to jump in between us every time I tried to manhandle him and get him on the ropes and do what I did. Excuse me. Do what I did last time. Pardon me, Mum.
Did and I'm not, no disrespect here, do you think you took the first fight a lot more serious than the rematch? When you're thinking in the back of your mind, you probably mightn't have at the time, but in the back of your mind, do you think you're thinking, you know what, I've fucking done this?
No.
No.
Every fight I do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I'm everything's superstitious, rituals.
Yep.
If I don't, it's ADD in my head. I better go and touch that. I'll go and touch that and come sit back down. It's just fucking mental.
Yeah.
Nah, I've never took anyone for granted.
Yeah.
Especially even like as a kid, when I was a kid fighting in the playground, I'd get nervous, this and that, because one punch can turn a whole fight.
Yep.
You know what I mean? No, people say lucky punch, mate. It's all got to do with so many different ingredients in the recipe for you to come out with a win.
Yep.
You know, it's more mental than anything. So
Yep.
never, ever have I ever took anyone for granted.
Yeah, yeah. So 2012 comes along, and you fight Sam Solomon. Now, I think it was a points decision loss, but not
he went
much
the
in it.
distance. He went the distance. Mate, he was an awkward customer.
Wasn't he?
Octopus.
Yeah.
But mate, it's fighting and
Yeah.
it's combat, and he's when I say class act, but it's not very good viewing.
Yeah.
But mate, he does what he has to do, and he makes it ugly for everyone.
Yeah. What are your memories of that fight? Do you...
I thought I was going to get him. I was just
Yeah.
looking. Mate, I watched Choc fight in that same fight.
Yeah.
His fight, Choc, was one of the brutal knockouts I've ever seen Choc do.
Yeah.
And it was like a big crow hop.
Yeah, he just fucking nailed him, didn't he?
Yeah.
But in Sam's defence in that fight, fuck, he got up about 4 fucking times.
Yeah, he's a tough customer.
And lasted to the 9th or the 10th, I think.
Yeah.
But took him to put him away. But he knocked
Yeah.
him cold in the second.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I just kept watching that fight over and over again. I
Yeah.
was trying to do the same, but
Yeah.
mate, he never sits still.
He just keeps punching, doesn't he? Just keeps fucking throwing them.
He's super, super fit too.
So 2 years go on, and this is the one I wanted to talk to you about because I watched the press conference last night, and you give Daniel Gill a bit of a spray in the presser. Now,
Karma, baby. Karma.
He said something. He said something to you. Obviously, in the lead up to that,
Mate, I never
you
do
looked like
that.
you had a massive chip on your shoulder when you said that.
Mate, I never do that. And my boxing manager at the time said, mate, just fucking upset him. He's a little fucking poof. I went, what do you mean? Yeah, he's headbutting him. I went, fuck, all right, headbutt him. Mate, he nearly knocked me out the first round.
Yeah.
I got under his skin, but
Yeah.
that was one bloke that all praise to him. I don't think, but people should appreciate. Like, he's won 2 middleweight titles in these 2 opponents' backyards, which is, if you usually turn up in someone's backyard as a champion, you got to take a shotgun to take the belt,
Yep.
and he won convincingly both. So he's probably the best fighter I ever fought,
Yep.
and he showed that night.
Yeah.
And hats off to him.
Yeah.
I went to 8 rounds, but I was stopped. But mate, he was a class act.
Yeah. I was actually going to ask you, out of the 3 the blokes you fought, who you find the best? You just answered it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gill.
Mate, you can't deny that. He's been an amateur. Like, we played footy when we were in that big grade. I think he was boxing when he was about 5 or 6, and it shows. He's a technician.
Yeah. One thing I forgot to ask you, from the hood, the nickname, obviously we know where it comes from, but who actually, because the first time I heard it, I think, was the Mundine fight. Did it come out in the contender?
Come out in the contender.
It
Bloke,
did, yeah.
whoever he was, a bloke that was on the production company, went, mate, you don't have a nickname. I went, I'm just Garth Wood. He went, mate, it's TV. We need a nickname. He went, how about, I got one for you. Garth, tough as teak wood. I went, fuck. I said, oh, fucking, yeah, I'll come back tomorrow. And I went home. I went back in the Ibis and I went, fuck, yeah, I'll come back. And I just went, Garth from the hood wood. He went, fucking, how good's that? And I went,
Fucking better than tough as teeth.
he was all right. But they're a different kettle of fish. Oh my God, that's
It really fucking sucked though, didn't it?
Yeah, it was good. And there was a song, I'm so hood.
Yeah.
I used to come out to it. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, how good. Do you mind if we touch on your brother, Nat, quickly?
No, not at all.
Yeah. So
It's a freak.
he had a good footy career. He really took off in the Super League.
Yeah, he was hard done by here with Gus and that. Didn't get along with him, but he was always like Mr. Sheen, come on and clean everything up. He scored some good tries and made pound for pound. I think he played at 70 kilos.
Yeah.
and mate, just electrify and have a
Off the
40.
mark, I remember
And
him.
clever, just a good director and that.
Yeah.
But mate, yeah, he made there's a good highlights of him, Nat Wood highlights of his Super League tries. Mate, forever scoring tries and tough.
They love him in Warrington as well. He's a bit of
they
a
sing a song.
cold hero.
Natty Wood, Natty Wood, Natty Wood. Now. I swear they go berserk. They love it.
How good. How's he going? I know that he came out earlier in the year and did an article about the CTE diagnosis.
Mate,
how's he going?
He's a bit, I know he's not like bad, but I think he might be a bit forgetful, this and that. He's actually just got his artificial ankle done, so he's struggling at the moment. He's got to stay off his feet for another 10 weeks, but he has his good days and bad days. I think just a bit forgetful in that, how you going. I think most blokes who played in that era, and even blokes before him, you see some of the old greats, they're not too good.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he's going to be doing, but there's hopefully medication, and there's people that have contacted him that say, mate, he just got to do his best. I don't really know, but he's got a good support family that are around him. But at the moment, just right now, he's got a little boy and he's got a beautiful missus, and they've got 2 kids. He's got an elder brother, but mate, he's still doing his best. He trains every day as best he can. That's medication for all of us, I think, especially with depression and just trying to stay young. Yeah. But mate, he's doing what he can. You know, there's so many question marks around that whole thing. So
100%.
You should have support with your friend, with your loved ones, and everyone else.
Yeah. How are you going? You know, obviously your brother gets the diagnosis. Your career in footy and boxing. Do you have any concerns about what the future holds, or?
Well, mate, you try not to worry about it.
Yeah.
When it does happen, how about we just worry about it then?
Yeah, exactly.
Mate, stress is the biggest fucking killer in the world.
Yeah.
Mate, more than likely, I'd say something's going to happen to me. Just given my history, I think, to be honest, I got hurt more playing football than I did boxing.
Yeah.
I got concussed a fair bit. I remember I got concussed one day playing the Broncos last game. I had convulsing, and then I had a fit and all that because I got kneed in the back of the head of which Smith was it that played in the centres for the Broncos?
Darren.
Yeah. So Renoff, when the fuck does Renoff chip and chase? So I come up in the line of the scrum, he chip and chase, and I turn and chased it. Darren Smith come from the other centre and hurled me. Yeah. And kneed me in the back of the head. Yeah. And I was down, shaking, convulsing, having seizures and that. And my brother was in the grandstand. This is how much my brother loves me, and I love him too. Yeah. The referee let it go. I'm still like that, shaking and that for about a good minute. My brother comes on and rolls me over, pulls my mouth guard out. And the referee goes, "Nathan, get off the field." And your brother tells him where to go fuck yourself. He goes, "I'm your brother." Yeah. And I remember my brother's got me on the Medibank coming off into the tunnel. And they were sponsored by Adidas then. Yeah. He had a pair of Nike Air Max on. He got fucking fined for coming on the field. No, but he ran to my aid. But he goes, "You know what happened that fucking day?" I went, "What?" I went, "Yeah, I come on and got him out." But he goes, $5,000 fine for those fucking Nike Air Max. So it was sponsored by Adidas. He had his Adidas jumper on, but he had Nike Air Max on. So it cost him $5,000.
Yeah. You still follow the game now, Garth?
I do.
Yeah.
It's not the same sort of game. That's six again.
What do you think about the concussion stuff that they do now? Do you think it's good for the game?
It is. Yeah. I think they'll have to.
Yeah.
There's going to be a big. Someone could go to court.
I was about to say, is it too late?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. No, but I didn't the bloke in AFL get a payout for doing the
I
same
think
sort
so. Something. Yeah. So, you know anything about? Yeah, I did hear something about that. Someone.
I think they've got to cover everything for that. When it comes up, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. But mate, it's good that they're cautioned and they pull them off and take them off for that sort of reason. But yesteryear, it's not as tough as it was back then. But I think you got to sum it up. You can't be caveman. At the end of the day, you got to look after your condition. And if we look at all the greats now, there's some big ones that are. Not the best at the moment. Yeah. And that, and they're forgetting who they are or what's happening. Yeah. I've seen it myself. I've got uncles that are like that. Yeah. So yeah. I think it's wise. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's go on to a brighter subject. You've got 3 beautiful kids.
Yeah.
2 girls and a little boy.
Harley. Yeah. Harley and the 2 girls, Mia and Billy.
Yep. And what's Billy and? We're going to touch on Mia in a second. What about your other 2? What are Billy and?
Mia.
And Mia?
Mate, they played footy all their life. They're sporty.
Yep.
They're pretty girls. They don't get it from me.
Oh, you're a good style of a bloke.
Used to be. I've lost my hair.
Yeah.
Mate, they're good kids.
Yep.
They're straight up, no bullshitting.
Yep.
They're career driven.
Mm-hmm.
One's a beautician.
Mm-hmm.
That's Billy.
Yep.
Mia, she plays NRLW.
Yep.
Plus she does rehab for like injuries and all that.
Okay. Yep.
She was playing sevens a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
She was playing rugby sevens, and then
Yep.
she was playing for New South Wales. She played, and then she got selected in the Australian team. Same day or same week, she did an ACL.
Yep.
So she was out for 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
She was heartbroken, this and that, but mate, she climbed back and she did all the rehab by herself. Come back stronger,
Mm-hmm.
fitter, faster, and everything. And then she got called into the Roosters, the NRLW, and she's been part of the two grand final teams.
Yep.
Unlucky last year they got beat, but
Yep.
she's just a competitor. She can
Yeah.
play anywhere on the field. They've got her on the wing.
Yeah.
But she just knows how to find the try line.
Yeah, I'm sure I saw her last year. They brought her off the bench, I think, a couple of times, and they did move her into the back row. Just looking at her, gosh, she looks like she's got the physique to play back row.
She's put even more muscle on.
Yeah,
I think she could handle second row. Mate, she's tough.
yeah,
She's mentally strong, and it's all about. It's like another centre, really.
Yeah.
Today's this running good lines.
yeah,
support play, and just
exactly,
having strong defence. But
exactly.
I love watching the girls' game. Their quality has gone through the roof when it's first started. I think it all comes down to the semi full time now. and
Yep.
You see the quality of football on the field. I'd rather watch that than watch the blokes.
Yeah. Do you follow around? Like you go to all the games?
Mate, I try and get the most games.
Yep.
If it's not across the border, if I'll go to Central Coast, I'll go to the Gong if they go to the Gong.
Yeah.
Not quite sure about Canberra.
Yeah.
but
Shithole,
cold for
isn't
me
it?
at that time of
Fucking
year.
shithole.
But mate, I try and support her. Both my girls are good with everything they do.
Yeah.
I'm blessed, and the young bloke, he's 15 now. He's not a little fellow anymore.
Yeah.
But he's good. He's into his motorbikes
Okay.
and
Very-
basketball.
Okay, very good. Now, back to Mia, just really quickly. How are you as a dad watching her? Do you shit yourself sometimes, like when she's?
Yeah.
You
all
do?
the time.
Yeah, because
She
it
goes
must be
down.
hard watching
Oh,
your
mate,
daughter.
I've
It's
had
different watching your
injuries.
son. It's different watching your
Yeah.
son play.
Oh, not that. She's
Yeah.
tough as.
Yeah.
Mate, she can hold her hands up too. Both my girls can fight. You wouldn't believe it, but like, not so much.
Can't believe it at all.
Mate. Nah. You know what? Just for the simple reason I shit myself, that they're off the field and maybe they could lose their career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the worst thing in the world. I don't know. There's a average games for blokes in first grade. I don't know the women's. It's something like might be under 10 or
It is. It's
over
something.
10.
It's something ludicrously
Just so
small
easy
where
you
you
can
think,
get injured
fuck,
and
yeah,
you're done.
yeah.
Oh, you saw that bloke the other day for Parramatta. He's out for the year, isn't he?
Yeah.
With that
Hop-
tackle.
Yeah, he's gone. Hot good. Yep.
But that's how easy it can happen.
Yeah.
Wrong way, you get
Yeah.
pressured or
Yeah.
free to tackle,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very easy to lose your career, I'd say.
Yeah. And how long is she actually contracted there for? Do you know? Off the top of
She's
your-
there again for one more year.
One more year. Okay.
So she'll have a big year this year.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Be good to follow.
Yeah. What are you up to nowadays, Garth? I know I saw you a bit of S&C coaching, the Billy and Saints gym just started. What else are you up to?
I tell you, I love helping people. If it's not in the gym, it's just in life. Everyone goes through tough times. But yeah, I'm a giver. I love being a trainer. I love people walking into the gym. Wouldn't have a clue how to hold his hands up. I used to run a gym at Balmain PCYC. I did a kids class and an adults class. I got more out of having the kids that would come there because I could see some of the kids getting picked on and bullied, and mum and that would go, "Oh, he's getting picked on at school." So I'm like, mate, within a month, 2 months, walks in, he's walking prouder. But I always told him, I said, if I find out you're bullying or picking fights, I said, you'll be brushed.
Yeah.
But mate, that's what you got to make sure. But then, little Billy comes in, he's walking confident. He's a little kid, petrified, or he's got certain issues from the trauma, because it's a big thing getting picked on if you're bullied. I've been through it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get a lot out of seeing people transform and being happy and turning their life around.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
good.
happens. It happens a lot in the gym.
Just out of curiosity, do you follow anyone in the NRL? Do you support
Rabbits.
Rabbits? Yeah. You're a rabbit?
Rabbit through and through.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Mate,
Now,
I like what the Warriors are doing at the moment. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
My brother had a year at the Warriors.
Yeah.
I don't mind the Wars.
Mm.
I was impressed with the halfback on the weekend.
Tanner Boyd. I actually noticed the team is coming. Metcalf's back this
Yeah.
week, but they've named him.
Hey,
They've named him at 6. So
Yeah, that kid's got to stay in the game.
well, he's going well at halfback.
They wouldn't have won if he was on the field
Yeah,
last week.
100%. But yeah, a rabbit.
I'm a rabbit through.
Yeah. Now you were an ambassador for the Are You OK campaign. Are you still involved in that?
Mate, I'm not.
No.
But I'm supportive. That
Yep.
day, I make sure. But yeah, when they first come out, my old man's mates with the Larkin family.
Mhm.
He was my dad's best mate. But Gavin, the bloke who started off, he was a good friend of mine, and he knew what I'd been through with depression and this and that. So, mate, I've grown up. Sad thing is, I've had a couple of friends that have gone that way, and I'm very supportive just to talk to someone and listen. You know, everyone hides it these days, and I think they always have. But it's just a part of Australian culture. You don't let on if you're down in the dumps. No, I'm tough. I'm right. Don't worry about it. I'm sweet.
Yeah.
Where really, no one's bulletproof.
Yeah.
And, it should be said more often. Are you okay? You know what I mean? Not just on one special day of the year, but yeah, I'm a supporter in all that. There's all different bodies that do the same sort of thing, so you know it should be spoken about a lot more than it is.
Yeah. All right.
100%.
Yeah. All right, Garth. Look, it was an absolute privilege to have you on, mate. The first Australian boxer to knock out the great Anthony Mundine, mate. So, yeah, from the bottom of our hearts, mate, we thank you for coming on. You didn't hesitate when we asked you. You said, absolutely, mate, come on. And, mate, you should hold your head up because, mate, you're what you did. And your whole career, even your footy career, mate, you should be so proud of.
Thank you, fellas.
Mate. And,
it's an honour. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, really appreciate you coming on, mate.
Cheers.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Garth.
All the best.
Thanks, guys.